So the year is 2018. I've just dropped out of college. I picked up a full-time job at a golf course, and I'm training about 6 clients on the side, one of which is Manny, one of which is Evan, which you guys have all seen on the channel. And I decided I want to start my business and try to become a full-time trainer. I have everybody all around me telling me, you're not going to make it. You're not going to be able to make enough money as a trainer. Obviously, here I am, but how would I have done it all over? So in this video, I want to talk about exactly what I would do differently to get to the same exact point that I'm at now, even sooner. The very first thing that I would do, which I did a little bit, but I was too caught up in trying to make the short-term money, was reaching out to coaches, middle school coaches, AAU coaches, high school coaches, private school coaches, and saying, hey, let me come into a practice and just run a free workout. I don't know many coaches that are gonna turn that down, and I only took advantage of it a handful of times. The times that I did, I got a ton of kids from that coach and from that program, and I'm continuing to get kids from those programs. So if I was to double down on that and just for a month say, hey, don't even worry about the training. Don't even worry about making money from it. Just go into a bunch of different schools and programs and offer your service for free. If you do that for 20, 30 teams, you're gonna get access to 200, 300, 400 kids, and you're also gonna build that relationship with that coach and try to continue to leverage that relationship where you're giving stuff to that coach and that coach is in return giving you players, which is going to essentially fund your entire business for years to come. So don't worry too much about, again, that short-term money, making 50 bucks off the training, making sure you're getting paid what you're worth, because at this point, you're not really worth much. Give away your service for free, build as many connections as you can, and you will make that money back in the long run. So now that I'm starting to get these kids, I would do 2 major things. Number 1, pick a central location, find a gym, right? For me, this was Millworks in Westford. I went in there, I said, hey, I'm gonna try to train here 20, 30 hours a week. What can we do? Can we try to figure out a deal where I can drop that core price so I can train more hours? But the thing that I was doing wrong was I was doing all individuals, right? I was paying maybe $15, $20 for the court, and I was charging $50, $60. So I'm making 40 bucks, 30 bucks here. And I was just chasing these individuals, chasing this short-term money when I should have been focusing now on groups. So if I did what I said in the last section where I'm getting all of these teams, I'm getting a lot of kids, now I can say, hey, I got a 6 o'clock group and a 7:15 group, and then I'm getting 6 kids from this town, 6 kids from this town. They're all carpooling together to these groups, and I'm focusing on this. Number 1, it's a lot more scalable, but number 2, I'm able to service a lot more kids at the same exact time. So now the third thing that I would do now that I'm starting to make a little bit of money, I'm starting to build the business, I got the kids, I got the location, is I would really try to focus on hiring somebody or starting to get somebody underneath me as early as I possibly can. So I would have tried to hire somebody like Alex a lot earlier. For me, most of the business, my face is the business. I am the business, right? Now I'm starting to get away from that, but if I started to build a business earlier where it's not just me training, I'm starting to build and trust other people to train for me, now the business can be more than just myself, so I'm able to step away from the business and it's still able to operate. So for me, I didn't really start hiring or trying to find other people until really after I got my gym, but that was about 3 years into my training journey. I wish I started about maybe a year and a half into the business. I feel like I'm doing this a lot better. I have a really good content guy in Alex. I can trust him training, I can trust him with the content. But if I had somebody like this, say 2.5 years before, right before I even got the gym, and I had someone like that, I think I could have grown a lot faster. But again, I think we just, as business owners, especially trainers, we just love training. We want to do it all ourselves. This is how I felt. This is how I feel a lot of you guys will feel. So you just have to kind of take a step back and think, okay, where do I want to be in 3 years? If I try to do this all myself, I'm not going to get there. If you're still editing all your content, if you're still filming all your content, if you're still training every single session, just slowly start to get away from that. Try to find someone that you can trust that can fill your shoes a little bit. And I think the earlier you do this, the more you're gonna actually start to build a real business and not just have a job of being a trainer. So now at this point in the business, again, I have other people, I'm running my business, I have a good amount of clientele, things are looking good. Now at this point, I can try to go and find a gym. Now, I don't need my own money to go and get a gym. Knowing this in hindsight, I could have just simply partnered with somebody for they can kind of front the money. We'll maybe go 50-50, but now I have my own gym, so I'm training everything out of my own gym. I have complete freedom. I can film whenever I want. I can train, I can set my own hours, and now I'm a little bit more in control. Now, there's a lot of ways you guys can do this. I made an entire webinar on how to open your own gym, but again, just the main point is now with hindsight, I know I don't need all of my own money to go and get my own gym. I could have partnered with another trainer. I could have partnered with an investor. I could have went and got money from a bank. There's a lot of different ways that I can do this, but the point is now I can go and get my own gym. I have a solid business with other people that I trust, and now we can really start to turn this into a real business, and then this is where I'm going to start to make more profits and be able to take more profits. And again, we're only about 2.5 years in. Now, a couple main points that I just kind of glossed over is number 1, you're not going to get to this point if your training is not good. I have spent thousands of hours studying, and I have spent over 5,000 to 6,000 hours training myself. So I have a lot of experience. I have a good system now at this point. So that part is not going to be easy. You need to have a good product. The product markets itself. And then the other thing is, obviously it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not going to be this simple. You're going to have to try different things. They're going to fail. You're going to try different softwares. Oh, that doesn't work. You're going to have an employee. You're going to have to fire them, right? So there's going to be these kind of bumps in the road. But again, I think if you can do this, have a good product, educate yourself, and just constantly keep getting better and kind of follow this blueprint, I think you guys will be in a very good spot. And me personally, I would have been in the same position I am now, I think a little bit earlier, in a much better position to continue to scale out and build this thing into a really big business. So like I said earlier, we have an entire webinar on how to get your own gym. If you guys are interested, I will link that below. Also, I have a mentorship where I help other trainers build their businesses. So if you guys are in a position like this and you want to take your business to the next level, you guys can reach out to me. We can personally get on calls and I can help you through that process. So with that said, appreciate you guys for watching. See you soon.